Boom shakalaka! Welcome to another episode of the Figuremania Show. Today's video, I'm taking you guys through a step-by-step process on how to make your own diorama. Okay? Now, this video is for you guys out there who have never made a diorama. The video that you're about to see today is my very first diorama that I've ever made. Okay, now the reason why I made this video is to help all you guys out there who are collectors and collect Godzilla figures. Now there are a lot of other companies out there that make building accessories, and that's really cool, but for a lot of us out there, that's kind of a hard sell or not really an option, because buying a lot of those building accessories can be very pricey. So in this video today, I'm going to show you an inexpensive way on how you guys can make your own dioramas at home. Okay, so what you're going to need is some styrofoam from your local art shop. Okay, acrylic paint, so I have here gray and black. Okay, glue and an acrylic brush and an X-Acto knife. Okay, now this is a very straightforward and easy thing to make, okay? So for you guys out there who have kids, I think this is a very nice craft that you guys can do with your kids on making a diorama for yourselves, okay? So I'm going to take you now step by step. Okay guys, once you buy your styrofoam, decide where it's gonna go, okay, how big you're gonna need your base, okay, because this right here is the base for my diorama. It's gonna go in my glass case for my Kyoku figure, my Godzilla figure. Alright, so once you do that, then you guys have to decide on how you want your diorama to look like, okay? So I've went ahead and I have drawn out pretty much like the streets, okay? So all these that you see, these are the streets, okay? And these are the city blocks where I'm gonna put all the buildings, okay? So, so I got my Godzilla figure here just to measure out and just to give you an idea how it's gonna look. Alright, so if you look over here, alright, now clearly the Kyoku figure will be bigger than this one. This is the Heisei Godzilla SH Monster Arts figure, and I've seen the Kyoku figure in person, and it's a very big figure, the biggest SH Monster Arts figure yet, but that's okay. I mean, like, once I get the figure, I'll be able to adjust things, because I'm not permanently gluing the buildings onto the base, okay? Just demonstrating you guys putting the base of my diorama in my glass case. I'm pretty sure most of you collectors have this glass case. I picked this up here in Taiwan in IKEA. Alright, so I wanted to fill up this area as much as possible. Okay guys, I wanted to give you guys a reference on how big you can make your buildings in comparison to Godzilla. Alright, so before I decided to make my diorama homemade, I did purchase the Tamashii Nation's options at building damage version. Okay, so I pretty much used these buildings as my template for making my styrofoam buildings, and I also used this the street here as a template for making the layout of my streets that you saw before. Okay guys, so here as you can see, here are some of the styrofoam buildings that I've cut out, and I used the Tamashii Nation's building as my reference to make to make these buildings the appropriate size. Now I decided to make bigger buildings because, of course, like if you've seen, like watching Godzilla movies, there are buildings that are much taller than Godzilla. Alright, so this is the side view of that. Okay, so just judging this, it looks pretty cool like this, right? Okay guys, so now that I've decided the layout of my diorama, now I need to plan out and pick out which buildings I want damaged, okay? Because, you know, as Godzilla walks through the city, buildings that he walked by are getting damaged because he's just much wider than the streets in most areas. Okay, so for my diorama, he's walking in this direction here, so all these buildings in this area, I want to put damage here, like right up to here, and these buildings are you know, untouched because, you know, he's just right in front of him about to stomp on these, and these buildings here are not going to be damaged, so mostly this area here would be the buildings that I would want to put damage on, and I want this building to be toppled over, so I need to put, you know, imagine how that's gonna look like if a building were to, you know, be knocked over and be leaning on another building. All right. Okay, guys. So I've drawn out which buildings are getting damaged. Okay, so for example, I picked this building and I've drawn the damage lines where it's gonna go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this out with an X-Acto knife first, and then later I'm just gonna use my fingers, my nails, just to peel some of it off just to make it look damaged. I'm gonna show you guys that very quickly, okay? Okay, so here you go. Now you gotta be very careful with the X-Acto knife. And when you're cutting with the X-Acto knife, cut it like how you're cutting butter, okay? Because if you go straight through it, you'll just cause a mess. Okay, so now I got a clean cut. So now I'm just gonna use my fingers to peel this stuff off like this, and that'll give me the damage effect look that I'm looking for. Alright, and yeah, I've been causing a mess here, but I'll show you guys what I have in mind later to make this look like it's actually damaged. Alright, so just peel it away with your fingers. Alright, maybe a little bit more up here. Okay. And pretty much there, like that. Okay, and I'm gonna do the same thing for the other buildings over here too. All right. Here is a sample of one of my styrofoam buildings. Okay, so if you look at it, I painted it black with some glue first, just to stiffen the styrofoam, just to make it a little bit more solid. I don't think it did the trick. I think I should have done something else with that. But in any case,
what I did is I went on Google and I typed in the Google search building textures. Okay, so if you guys go to Google and type in building textures, you'll see a whole bunch of building textures that you can print out, and that's what I did. I printed it out and then I glued them onto my styrofoam buildings, and I think they look really cool. Okay, so yeah, all right. As another option for you guys when you guys are making your dioramas is to put a backdrop with your diorama. So that's what I'm going to be doing with mine. Okay, so if you see, I have this black piece of I'm not sure what it's called, but it's kind of like a plastic type, almost like a cardboard shape, cardboard feel of it, I should say. Okay, and I also printed out and laminated background sceneries for my backdrop. Okay, so I'm gonna cut out the pieces that I don't need, and I'm gonna put them together, and I'll show you guys.
And there you have it, guys. I hope you guys found this video helpful for all you guys who've ever wanted to make a diorama for yourselves. Okay? Before I close this video, I want to recognize a friend of mine here in Taiwan who is very talented at making his own dioramas. I'm going to show you his art before we go, okay? For all you guys out there, thank you very much for watching my video today. Please give me a thumbs up, click subscribe, and share with all your friends who like Godzilla figures and whoever want to make a diorama. Alright guys, so that'll be it for now, and I'll see you guys next time. I want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Bye-bye.